thejimcartonshow.com are the easy ways to contribute. Speaking of contributing, we like him to contribute on Fridays. How about a warm welcome for the former producer of this show? He's now moved on to a real job with benefits. He's John Daly, everyone. How about John Daly? Yeah.
What up, what up, what up?
What up, what up, John Daly? So, John, quick update. Anything before we start our Florida news?
Well, I just want to say that was a really great scone story that you opened with. I really appreciated it.
How dare
it's funny.
you?
What?
The Whole Foods around the corner from here, plenty of vegan scones.
You know, if you missed it, a major announcement.
Yeah.
That the Whole Foods near John Daly in the city has vegan scones. Also has a homeless encampment in front. It's a little hard to get to the scones. Yeah, you got to step over some people. But well worth it.
Well, you know who's probably taking your scones? The radical left.
That's it. Yeah, those lefty.
Or maybe the Supreme Court.
Yeah, could be. Anyway, as long as there are a couple available for you and for me, life is good. All right, so John, without any further delay, Kim is here, Albert here, you are here. I'll remind you, we do vote on our favorites, so we hope that you will listen with care to each and every story. This is Friday Fabulous Florida.
It's time for Friday Fabulous Florida.
There is a gigantic alligator in my kitchen.
A look at the weirdest stories from our weirdest state.
Well, here it is, Albert. The story about a Florida man awakening his girlfriend with a warning. We're going to have a bad day, he said.
Ooh.
Yeah. Not good in Florida because the bad days there are even badder than they are in the Bay Area or anywhere else in the world.
What is that, like we're running low on meth?
It's going to be a rough one.
An officer tried to make contact with the caller who dialed 911 from the residence to report a possible battery. They rang the doorbell several times. There was no answer. The cop executed a check of the residence, but was unable to determine if anyone was home or still asleep. No signs of distress observed. A little over an hour later, another call coming from a woman saying she was the one who had phoned before and she needed help right away. The officer returned to the house, waited outside to see if anyone went in or out, then wrote that he observed the garage door open and a woman exit the garage. The woman said her boyfriend had been hitting her all night, woke her up with a warning that we're going to have a bad day today. Another violent encounter here. This apparently was not the first violent encounter between these two. The boyfriend, identified as Sean Rains, attacking her with a mallet.
Oh, no.
What?
Yeah, brutal. The victim reporting that her head began to bleed. You better stop bleeding, he said, because I'm not taking you to the hospital. She then took a shower. Another officer subsequently arrived to interview the defendant, who stated that he had no idea why police were called because the two hadn't even argued. Then said his girlfriend may have an active protection order against him. Turns out, it sounds to me like this wasn't their first go-round.
Yeah.
The cops were able to see, obviously, the laceration on the top of her head, fresh bruising, and he was arrested. 36-year-old facing several charges of aggravated battery.
Not so fabulous.
No, it turns out that it was a bad day for him. So, good day, sir, as we say where I come from. A Florida man who broke into a gas station is identified after he left behind his debit card, everyone. Yeah.
It was wrong, it was stupid, and I'm trying to be a better person.
It was wrong and stupid. It was really stupid. A Florida man reportedly broke into a Palm Coast gas station, stole items, was identified and later arrested after he left behind his debit card. Deputies responded to the business after its alarm went off. The whole thing happened early Sunday morning on the Lord's Day. Let me just say, even Oh, well, maybe it was a good. Inside the empty gas station, they found a debit card with the name Lance Kurtz on it. It was on the counter near the register. The gas station owner reviewed surveillance video, which showed a man entering the store from the back, taking multiple items, and then unlocking the front door and taking off. Law enforcement said they recognized him from a previous vehicle fire near the gas station that had happened earlier in the night. And they quickly zeroed in on Mr. Kurtz. He told deputies that he left his debit card behind so he could go back and pay for the items he had taken later.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Ooh, it's a wild idea, but it just might work.
Maybe you have them all wrong, Mark.
Yeah, I need those items now, and you're closed. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm leaving my debit card here. That's a sign I'm going to be back.
Right.
I will return and pay for this stuff. I got to say, it's a story. It's a narrative.
It's a wild idea.
I do like the smile in the booking photo. That's nice.
Yeah, he does look like he's happy.
Yeah.
Lance Kurtz.
I think he was one action away from hitting Florida bingo because there's a vehicle fire they recognized him for. He broke into a gas station. He stole something from them. I feel like he was one away, so he was very close to hitting bingo.
Yeah.
He needed like a meth pipe or a pet alligator.
There was no machete. Yeah.
Or machete.
Yeah,
Machete's strong. I
Yeah,
like
machete would have been strong. Yeah. Well, keep trying. He's only 20. You know, his best days of lawlessness are still ahead of him. A Florida man wins 7 marathons on 7 continents in 7 days. This is a happy Florida story.
What?
David Kilgore ran and won 7 marathons in 7 days on 7 continents. He's 31 years old, and he averaged about 2 hours and 56 minutes per marathon, which means he ran 183.4 miles at a 6 hour and 43 minute pace. I'm sorry. Is that right? 6 minute, right, Albert? 6 minute 43.
Yeah, 6 minute 43 pace per mile.
Right. So every mile took him only 6 minutes and 43 seconds.
Do you think there were stimulants involved?
He is from Florida.
I'm just saying. It's really fast.
He was one of 35 runners who completed this World Marathon Challenge. It's a globe-trotting challenge that sends runners on a week-long running journey where they stop to run 26.2 miles in Antarctica, Cape Town, South Africa. I'm sorry. Cape Town is in South Africa. I've been to Cape Town. Oh, I'm sorry. Cape Town, South Africa, Perth, Australia, Dubai, Madrid, Spain, Fortaleza, Brazil, and Miami.
He does look like he's on something.
To enter, he's high on life, John. Have you ever ridden that
The
high?
runner's high.
He's got
Yeah,
the
the
runner's
runner's
high.
high.
Yeah.
Got to ride that for a while.
He could probably
Maybe
keep
he's
going.
used to running away from gators or
Looks a little
whatever
psycho.
is there down there in Florida.
The entry fee. The entry fee for this event, you have to really be determined, not only in your regimen working out to reach conditioning so you can participate, but it's a $45,000 entry fee.
Oh,
Gee,
Yeah.
fee. That's like a salary.
They fly a chartered plane to each venue. I think that might be a part of it. But anyway, congratulations to him.
Nothing.
You get. Florida man angry over baggage fees is accused of making a bomb threat at the Orlando airport. Yeah.
Get ready for your bingo, Albert.
That's right, Albert. This could be it. He apparently said, they arrest this guy, that there was a bomb on the plane. And he became agitated because Danny Curry's his name and his wife were at the airport and preparing to take a Spirit Airlines flight from Orlando to Pensacola. While talking with the airline supervisor, Curry was upset over the airline's carry-on baggage fees. I mean, isn't that part of the game at Spirit? They charge you for everything. I mean, I'm surprised they don't charge
is
you.
like $2, but then all the fees. It's like,
Yeah, exactly.
Literally everything else.
No, it's a clickbait ticket price, and then when you go in, you get.
But maybe
as
he
Albert
sees that
said-
as the challenge, like getting out of the fee, right? Like, I'm ready.
see.
I'm ready for this.
I see.
Yeah.
That's good. I'm surprised they don't charge you for the conversation you're having with the person you're complaining to about
Right.
the baggage fee. Anyway, they were not happy. He was upset over the baggage fee and allegedly mentioned that the plane would have to be deplaned because there was a bomb on board. He said, quote, "I bet you everyone on that aircraft is going to deplane. There's a bomb on that aircraft." So the employee called 911 and he said, "You want me to say it again?" The FBI,
no.
TSA, police, and canines in the Greater Orlando Aviation Authority responded to his gate, got everyone off the plane, searched the plane, checked all the luggage that was on the plane. No threat. The flight was allowed to continue. He then said, and this is the great, what I meant to say, he said that he didn't say that. He said, "What if there was a bomb on that plane?"
Ooh, it's a wild idea, but it just might work.
Hypothetically speaking.
Yeah. He was arrested and booked into jail, and the threat was the charges reporting a bomb.
Was there a terrorism surcharge?
Yeah, right. He might get an
Right.
upgrade. Right. With Spirit Airlines.
Yeah.
A nude woman. Finally, some nudity. Thank you, Albert.
Woo!
A nude woman. It's usually, by the way, men who are nude in Florida, but apparently in this case, it's a woman. She takes a bath in a puddle. It's a Florida library parking lot. The
Oh,
Collier County Public Library. Where is that, John? That Collier County Public Library, I think it's
around the corner from the Whole Foods with all the scones.
yes, the blueberry scones, big popular item down there.
Wait, she took a bath in a puddle? Is it
Yes.
really a puddle? Is it really a puddle at that point?
In the parking lot, apparently there was a big puddle, and the manager went out to check the situation because several people had reported it there, and indeed, a 43-year-old woman was naked using the puddle in the parking lot to bathe herself.
Thank you.
Sadly, she was arrested for indecent exposure. They have a thing against that.
Are you willing to bet your lunch?
Alcohol or something was involved, I would agree. But meantime, it is a woman who was misbehaving on the other side of town. She had a blowtorch, and she crashes a graffiti-covered school bus through a Covington school fence.
My bad. I'm sorry.
According to the St. Tammany Parish Sheriff's Office, deputies called immediately to a gas station on Florida Street in Mandeville.
It's always a gas station.
Yeah. It's 37-year-old Natalie Jade Jarvis. Great name. She entered the store with a blowtorch at this gas station, asked for the local, what is that? The Department of Children and Family Services. It's really, this whole thing started from the Department of Children and Family Services, okay? She asked for the Department of Children and Family Services, and then witnesses said she arrived in an old school bus covered in graffiti with a Virginia license plate.
There's
The
never been
sheriff's
anything like
office
this.
chased the bus into downtown Covington. Eventually, Jade crashes the bus into a fence outside of the St. Scholastica Academy. She was taken into custody after that.
Sex trafficking awareness, is that what it says?
that's the bus, yeah.
Mm,
What?
yeah. It's,
So she was doing a public service, really.
wow. That's a big bus.
That's
Yeah.
a big old bus.
That's
Yeah.
bigger than that Partridge Family bus that they used to ride around in. I mean, it's that's like a Willie Nelson type size bus. That's
Do you think she practiced? Maybe.
I wonder if they said, "Hey, first of all, great bus, I have to say.
Right.
Now you're under arrest."
Yeah.
You know,
You have a Class A license?
to drive a bus this size.
Yeah.
A Florida man finally concealed heroin and meth, and he concealed it in his, if you guessed, buttocks. Give yourself a ding.
no.
Shout out.
Yes. Yeah, give yourself a big shout out. Okaloosa County, Florida. Officials with the sheriff's office there say a Crestview man is in custody after being found with more than a kilogram of meth. Timothy Holt, 49, just hitting his best years. Arrested after deputies executed a search warrant at his home on Wingard Street. You know Wingard Street, John.
Oh, yeah.
Before the search warrant was executed, deputies say they saw Holt pick up a package from the front porch of the home. The Drug Task Force found that Holt had over 1 kilogram of crystal meth. Isn't that the best kind? Deputies said that when they told Holt he would be arrested, he admitted that he had 3.5 grams of heroin concealed within the crack of his buttocks.
Wait, how old is he?
That's real.
He's 49.
Oh, I thought you said 29. I was like, wow, rough.
I have to say, if you're going to conceal it, why are you telling the cops you have it?
They're gonna find it.
I don't know. Again, it's.
I mean, aren't you walking kind of funny? That's a lot of drugs in your.
Well, and you have an upper and
Derriere.
a downer.
Yeah, maybe he's worried. I'm not going to try to figure it out. Just makes no sense to me.
Officer,
It looks
I have
like
some
such a
drugs
But
fine
that doesn't
49-year-old.
mean that it's a good thing.
He's like, do you have a search warrant before you proceed?
That is what he had in his butt, Albert? Those 3 bags of stuff?
I mean, the human body is amazing. Like, you know.
But this is not his
we
first
never
time.
know
He had to
the
work his way
capabilities.
up to that. I mean,
You're
come
right.
on.
You're right. My friends, with that, I leave you. That's Friday Fabulous Florida for today.
This has been Friday Fabulous Florida.
There is a gigantic alligator in my kitchen.
Y'all come back now here.
We must choose a favorite. It's between the, I'll just remind you of some of the stories that you've heard. You can vote in the chat, and you can also, Albert's put up on YouTube. Haven't you, Albert?
Yep, I have a poll up already. Florida Marathon Man, gas station break-in, Florida woman blowtorch, and Florida man had what up his, and I just left that blank. So just in case,
So,
I
just in
invited
case,
our friendly bots into the chat.
We started with an ugly assault, remind you, and then the guy who wins 7 marathons on 7 continents in 7 days from Florida, the Florida man who broke into the gas station, quickly tracked down by cops because he left behind his debit card.
Yeah.
A Florida man angry over the baggage fees, who then at Orlando Airport makes a bomb threat or says there's a bomb on the plane. Nude woman taking a bath in the puddle at the Florida Library. The woman with the huge bus and blowtorch crashing into the Covington school fence. The Florida man concealing heroin in his buttocks, arrested with also a kilo of meth. It's like choosing between children, but we must choose a favorite. So I ask you first, visiting producer John Daly.
I have to go with drugs in the poop chute.
Very strong, very Florida.
It's very Florida.
Yeah.
There's never been anything like this.
And he took it to another level, right? It wasn't just meth. Like he had the
That's
full
right.
menu.
That's true.
Yeah.
He did. Yeah,
A
you're
for
right.
effort. Yeah.
Yeah. Kim, what was your favorite?
I'm going to agree with John and Jennifer, and I love the way she put it. Crack in the crack for the win.
Oh, there you go.
That is very strong.
Well done, Jennifer. Well done.
Every time.
Every time. Albert, how about you?
There's a lot of options, and there's
I know it's difficult.
I might
It's
have to
hard.
write in because I did see people voting in the chat. They are. I think they're not happy with me including the Florida woman bathing in the puddle because I saw 3 write-in votes. So I'm gonna write in that vote for them. I'll speak on behalf for them.
Oh, you
I'll
like
vote
the
for the Florida woman.
nude
trying
Florida
to
woman
get clean. You know,
bathing and the library
She was-
parking lot puddle. Yeah.
she was improvising, and you know, those kids going to the library will learn one day that this is just the reality of living in Florida.
Oh, I didn't even think of that. So it's really a morality play. It's kind of it's got a, yeah. I think, no one said it, I think the Florida Well, first of all, they are all Florida stories, of course, but with a lot of Florida elements. I kind of like the guy who leaves his debit card behind, and then he comes up with the story, oh, I was going to pay for it. That's why I left the debit card behind. That's my favorite Florida story because it's also it's stupid and it's got a lot of Florida elements. And as you say, his car was on fire earlier in the day. It has a lot going on. So I kind of like that.
I'd like to go through his thought process, and he probably thought he was on to something. He's like, wait, I left my debit card. This is a great out. This is my way out. I could just tell them I was going to.
Maybe he was just on something.
Yeah,
exactly.
But thank you all. Will you let us know how the voting on YouTube works out, Albert?
As of right now, it's looking like the Florida man who could fit all that stuff up of his place is in a strong lead. So it's looking like that's what's.
Yeah.
Do you think he has like a tracking number for that?
Buttman does lead the hack. So there you go. All right. John Daly, love seeing you always. We'll see you next Friday. And until then,
have a great weekend. And I hope you have as many scones as your heart desires.
And you too. You can get them right there, right down the street from you. All right. Bye, John Daly. Good stuff. Hi, it's Mark. And I thought that was great. Hit the notification bell. You'll know whenever there's a new video being dropped. And please subscribe to our channel to help us save the universe.